We have no idea what a creamy is. I mean, it's really good. Our names are Mike and Heather. We spent the summer converting our Ford Transit Connect into a camper van with the ultimate goal of traveling to all 50 states. We have already been on one epic road trip, and now that our van has been finished, we're ready to set out on another. Subscribe and join us as we explore the US and try to figure out this whole van life thing. As always, thanks for watching.
Good morning from another beautiful Vermont State Park where we stayed overnight. Right now we're currently driving up Vermont 100. We're heading up to the top of the state along the scenic byway.
We have another long day of driving ahead of us, thankfully, because we're really excited to do this drive, so we just need to take this out of bed mode and hit the road.
Because we didn't want to miss anything on our driving tour, we've come back to Buttermilk Falls,
which is where we left off yesterday.
We're gonna jump back onto the road and then get redirected back over to Route 100
to be able to pick back up our GPS tour guide.
The GPS has located us and we're able to go. We've got a kind of overcast day, but you can see the blue skies. Today should be a really good day.
Things are better when you're with me. I feel right when you're around. And when we're together, I hear music. You got me singing, sing it out.
So we are detouring off of Route 100 and headed up this little road to another waterfall. So we just stopped off at another waterfall and we're heading down there now to get a better peek. As we were approaching the waterfall signage to be able to come on this boardwalk, it actually said the Appalachian Trail, which is pretty cool. Look at the layers of mountains. And we got layers of clouds too. There's that blue sky peeking through. And even more there.
Like, ooh la la, I like the way you move. I like the things you do. I like it when I'm with you.
We've sort of left the boardwalk and now we're actually hiking kind of into the woods a little bit, which is cool. And you can definitely hear the falls coming down just from the right of us over here. This is Thundering Falls that we're coming up to.
We're getting our first glimpses of it here. Look at that.
That's pretty amazing.
Won't you come with me? We'll go ride the breeze, singing C'est la vie. It feels just right. It's a brand new day. I can hardly wait. So for goodness sake, I think it's time. Let's tell the world about it.
The must-see stop that we can make ahead.
We made a quick pull-off. The GPS guide said this is a must-see. This is Glen Falls. We caught a glimpse of it from the road, so we'll have to get a much better view down this trail.
It's also said to be the most photographed waterfall in all of Vermont, which when I think of Vermont, I don't really think of waterfalls, so it's been interesting to see how many have been just along Route 100 here.
To be alive, up hills and over mountains, they'll know we're far and wide.
I can definitely see why this one is the most photographed one, because it's right off the side of the road and literally the park up is like less than a minute walk.
This is Glen Falls, and yeah, it's literally, you pull off onto the side of Route 100 and you can see the falls from the road, so when you drive past you see it. And then not only that, you have the entire line of cars and everyone's like, why are people stopped? Oh, there's also a little one up here.
Oh yeah.
That was a good stop. I think it was really cool that it was that close to the road. It definitely was a popular stop. So even if we hadn't had the GPS app, I think we for sure would have stopped there.
We're coming into the village of Waitsfield, home to 2 of the 8 authentic covered bridges that are right here in the Mad River Valley. The Village Bridge is one of the few with an attached walkway, so pedestrians can get a good look at the Mad River that runs beneath it.
So this is the Mad River.
So then that's north, right? Normally you'd think a river runs south, but this one runs north, which is why they call it the Mad River. And I can see the water flowing that way. We're back in the car now after a quick little walk around town and popping into some of the shops. And because we need to do a U-turn, we're gonna do that by going over the bridge.
Get to do it again.
Heads or tails, taking chances, don't look back, wishing wells, hope for something, hold my breath, there's something else worth the wait and hear it last.
Just stay straight ahead to get to Ben & Jerry's Ice Cream Factory. This is a very popular place and just about the most visited attraction in all of Vermont.
We are coming into the town of Waterbury. Unfortunately, today is Wednesday, and Ben & Jerry's is open 6 days a week, with Wednesday being the only day they're not open. So I think we're gonna have to pass them by this time, but we're for sure coming back.
The entrance to Hollow Cider Mill is right here on the right.
There's a spot opening up though.
Ben & Jerry's is definitely closed today, but there is a cider mill open, so we can still get those donuts that Mike was looking forward to.
So we're at Hollow Cider Mill, and we're gonna get some apple cider, and we're also gonna get some apple cider donuts.
All right.
Okay, so we have a creamy apple cider donuts and apple cider slushy.
So we have no idea what a creamy is, so tell us if it's just vanilla ice cream.
It's like vanilla there.
I mean, it's really good. Maybe it's really creamy vanilla, but vanilla is actually my favorite flavor of ice cream outside of cookie dough. But soft serve, I always get vanilla, so it's very, very good and creamy, so maybe that's where the name comes from.
Here we go. It's now or never. Take me home.
I think we're gonna continue on a little bit further and
Enjoy our slushie as we do so.
yep.
So let's go.
We are going to Emily's Bridge, which apparently has some interesting happenings.
There are many stories attached to Emily's Bridge, none of them having very happy endings.
Well, there it is. So it's clear that Emily's Bridge is no secret here in Vermont. There are quite a bit more people here. There we go. Here's the creepy story. So this is the haunted bridge. You can see the ghost of Emily here.
There's kind of two explanations for what happened here and why it's haunted. Both of them are involving Emily and being a jilted lover. Either she threw herself off the bridge to her death and continues to haunt the bridge to this day, or she was racing back towards her significant other and her horse threw her because of how crazy she was being into the river. Either one.
A terrible story and a terrible ending, but that's why this bridge is haunted, and Vermont's only one haunted bridge. We got one spooky story out of Vermont, which really adds the cherry on top of our whole fall experience here. We have the beautiful foliage along with the spooky stories and some treats, obviously. So we're going to continue on and do the last little portion of the scenic Vermont Route 100, which I can't believe it's finally coming to a close. I don't want it to because we've been having so much fun, but let's see what the last little bit has to offer. All right.
All right.
We're driving over Vermont's only haunted, oh gosh. It's a bumpy one too.
Alright, so we're gonna turn right and then just do like a little loop.
Okay. Second time's the charm.
Speed limit, horses at a walk.
walk.
Probably because Emily was thrown off the horse when she was galloping.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. Right now we're continued up off of Route 100, but once we get back into Stowe, we're gonna branch off into Route 108 to get us up to Jeffersonville, and that's gonna be the end of it. I wish it would go on a little bit longer. We had a really good time driving Vermont Route 100, and I think it was a really nice drive, beautiful views, and a lot of cool things to stop and see along the way.
Begin Scenic 108 Vermont.
Ooh, this already looks good. Look at this. We're really going into like the woods. This might be one of my favorite stretches so far.
The road will become very narrow and is squeezed into tight little curves.
Just based on kind of the little bit that we've seen so far, I think this is kind of like my favorite thing with the trees covering the road and being like right in the forest. I'm actually gonna pull off and let the car behind us go because I really want to just drive and enjoy this. Before, I'm not saying that wasn't absolutely stunning with the fall foliage and everything you could see, but this stretch of road just is really cool. This is nuts.
Remember, you're gonna have to let people go.
I know. Oh, that's a cool old Porsche.
Look how narrow this road is, and this is supposed to be 2 cars wide.
Well, we're going up into the mountains.
This is scary. Wow. My ears are popping, are yours?
Yeah.
Oh,
man,
they're
some people
flying.
are. All right, we'll let the next
Well,
car
that was
go.
a fun little section, wasn't it? Just up ahead on our left is Smugglers Notch Visitor Center.
The roads are definitely a lot bigger and more commercialized. We got that nice yellow line running through. So I definitely like this portion of the road a lot better than that one. It was way scary and curvy and narrow, and yeah. But fun fact, those cliffs and everything there were actually caused by glacier movement, so that's pretty cool. The sun is setting. It's finally below the tree line, which unfortunately means our day is coming to a close here.
But it's coinciding pretty well with our conclusion of this guided tour.
Soon we'll be coming into the historic town of Jeffersonville. Well, that brings us to the end of my tour. I've had a great time. And hey, thanks for driving.
And that marks the ending of our driving along this route.
It's definitely bittersweet to come to the end of this drive. We really enjoyed it.
So in iOverlander, there are a few trailheads that say that you can park there overnight, so that's where we're going to be headed now. But with that, we'll leave you here on the Route 100 before we turn off.
Well, Route 108 is where we are now.
Yes. On the Scenic Road is where we are now, and that's where we're going to leave you. So good night.
I'm living my best life, living my best life. So come and get it like